Italy, the defending champions, out. And if we're absolutely honest, they were absolutely outclassed in this game in every single imaginable way. The Swiss were nothing short of spectacular. In my humble opinion, 2-0 flatters the Italians. In my humble opinion, this was a beatdown of epic proportion in the knockout stages of a major international competition. It could have been far more had it not been for the Swiss having brilliant in-game management and realizing that they didn't need any more goals. This game was, to a degree, simplistic for them. This game was, to some degree, over before it had even started. And they could reserve their energy in the last 15 minutes, the last 20 minutes of this game. By the way, don't let the statistics of this game fool you. Don't let the stats blind you with, I think it ended up with 16 shots to 9. The game was not that close. Up until about the 60th minute, where the Swiss sat back, they reserved energy, they allowed the Italians to play. It was 11 shots to 1. This was nothing short of an absolute beatdown. They were outclassed, outplayed, outthought in the mind. The quality of this Swiss team was there to be seen. Comfortable on the ball, disciplined, speed in the attack. And they just knew when to press. They knew when to sit back and absorb. They move as one. And you may actually argue that, barring a few standout individuals, you could argue the Italians maybe on paper had a better team, better players. But they are most certainly not a better team. And I thought the Swiss would win. I predicted the Swiss to go through, but I thought it'd be close. I thought maybe penalties. I did not expect this level of domination, this level of quality. And before I move on to the Italians, look, I think first of all, Akanji at the back was absolutely out of this world. I thought he was phenomenal. I thought he was absolutely phenomenal in every single way possible. He was brilliant. I thought Fabian Schär next to him, also very good. Rodriguez, excellent as well. Barella got the first goal. Very, very good performance from him. I thought Vargas was very dangerous, very, very competent, exquisite goal. I felt that the line was led pretty well, but the standout player for me was Granit Xhaka. That performance from him was everything we saw at Leverkusen this season as well. Controlling the game, penetrative, that's the word I'm looking for, could penetrate when he needed to. It was sublime. Absolutely sublime. It truly, truly was. And the Swiss make it through to the quarterfinals for only the second time in their history. They'll play Slovakia or England. And it doesn't matter which of the two they come up against. They are the favorites in that game as well because the football is good. The togetherness of the team, the chemistry is amazing. The way they move as one singular organism in the way they play is a rare thing of beauty. And I want to give Switzerland all that praise. I really, really do, because they deserve it in every single which way. That was nothing short of phenomenal. They got the Italians got spun. Tony Soprano, you know, every Italian out there. I know he's not real, by the way, until people go crazy. The mum from the Goonies, Ulia, you took a beating tonight. And I can't wait to speak to Giuseppe. And I can't wait to speak to that fraud Mo, who after their first game predicted the Italians to win. I need to have a chat with him. But look, it bad. And I want to say, look, I've congratulated the Swiss and I stand by that. And they were very, very good. But as good as they were, the Italians were awful. Awful. Scamacca didn't even play. Barella, I know he took a knock early on, but absolutely invisible. The gaps. Listen, I know he didn't play well in the first 3 games, but dropping Jorginho was a big mistake. The gaps between the midfield and the defense were huge, and the Swiss exploited them. The manager today made too many changes to a team missing people through suspension. He got it wrong. The stars didn't turn up. Italian football, I know they won it 4 years ago, and you could look at that and go, well, you can't be talking about an Italian crisis here. But I think you can. Failures to qualify for recent World Cups. Just an awful, maybe the worst tournament I remember Italy having in my life. And I may be forgetting about some. I'm not Italian. They don't stand out as much to me as England's do. But I've never seen the Italians in a knockout game they weren't in. I don't remember them being in a knockout game that they weren't in or that they didn't have a chance of winning. From the first whistle until the final whistle, barring an almost comical own goal, they did, I think this is a word, niente. Does that mean nothing, Giuseppe? Niente. Is that an Italian word? I think it is. I heard it in the Goonies, and that was an Italian family. Niente. Just, the great late Paulie Walnuts would just be saying, Maron. I think that means Jesus. But it was an absolute... Do you know what I love about it as well, though? I've been saying this whole tournament is a tournament of the underdogs. And the Swiss they're certainly an underdog in this. They're not the smallest underdog left in it, but they certainly are an underdog. And I'm going to put this out there now. They could win it. I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not being reactionary. I'm talking about look at all of their games so far. Just one defeat in their last 18 games with their new manager. And they just outclassed the defending champions. They just battered the defending champions. And by the way, they didn't need a third or a fourth or a fifth goal or anything along. They didn't need anything like that. They didn't need it. And the reason that they didn't need it is because they controlled that. That was the bit I had the most respect for. They sat back. They reserved their energy. They remained sort of resolute. And they're good to go in the next game. They basically only played a 60-minute match. And they're going to be... I don't even know when they played the next round. I'm not sure which day it is. I assume it's going to be sort of like Thursday or Friday or something. They can win it. It's going to be like Saturday or Sunday they play. And I think they're going to make the semi-finals. I think they beat England. And I think they beat Slovakia. Whichever of us two gets through to the next round, they're phenomenal. But the Italians tonight... Listen, I don't know what's more disrespectful to the by the way, the beautiful nation of Italy. I've been there many times. Rome is one of my most favorite places in the world to go. Beautiful. And I'm not just talking about people go to the Trevi Fountain. I mean, the best place to go in Italy, in Rome, to me is I love the Pantheon. Is my favorite place to go. It's a beautiful country, amazing food, beautiful culture, wonderful music. This is one of the biggest embarrassments I've ever seen put to their nation outside of political things. Forget political stuff. No one mentioned that because that's just ridiculous. I'm talking about cultural mistakes, people, sporting, awful. I think the Italian team would have disrespected their nation more today if they'd have all walked out on the pitch and snapped spaghetti in half. Genuinely. If they'd been more disrespectful to eat, less disrespectful to eat a pizza with a knife and fork. Do you know what I'm saying? It would have been less disrespectful to put ice in red wine. It was that bad. I'm going to bring the panel out in a minute. Terry, check on Mo's mentally. I don't know where Mo is yet. Mo ain't turned up yet. Where are you at, Mo? Get your fraudulent ass here now. Get your fraudulent backside here. Pizza is Greek. Listen, someone the other day told me football was invented in China like 3,000 years ago. I ain't buying it. You know what I mean? No, Sky's here with us watching today. No, you can't snap spaghetti. Honestly, I'm not even Italian enough. Do you know what it is? I respect how other nations make their food. It's like you've got to respect it. This whole like hybrid stuff because it's our country is crazy. I look at it this way. You're a Yank, right, Sky? So I look at it this way. Imagine the English start going to NFL games and go, no, I think it's dangerous. I think we've got to ban the, what do they call it? When you all barbecue outside in your cars? It's got a name. Not a trailer park barbecue. What's it called? A toll party? No. What is it called? I know what these things are called. Someone put it in the comment section for me. What are they called? I don't know what it's called. Yeah, tailgating. The tailgate stuff. That's how bad it is. But yeah, you don't snap spaghetti in half. That's proper disrespectful. Legitimately, you can't snap spaghetti in half. Yeah, that's the one. Dio's coming on. Giuseppe is backstage with me to have their say. Mo crashed out of his stream, did he? The fake Italian crashed out. Because that's what he is. He's not really Italian. I'm only joking. You can support what you want. I don't care. Hard luck to my guy Mo, but Italy sucked hella bad. They did. It was awful. It was horrendous. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Giuseppe's here. Dio's here. Look, I'm going to go to you first. Giuseppe, he's got the song. He's had to hide your puppy eyes from the tears, Giuseppe. You guys were bad tonight.
Oh, listen, this hides the pain. Sorry, Dio, I have to take your gimmick. I have to have the glasses on today, bro. I have to hide the pain now. I'm joking. I'll take them off because I just wanted it for a bit of fun. Listen, at the end of the day, Italy were absolutely amazing today. Yeah, if we were playing hide and seek. If we're playing hide and seek, Italy were outstanding. Yeah, because we was not there. We was not existent. We was not in the game at all. They were the pizza guy and we were the dough. And they were just doing all this crap with the playing with the dough, frying the dough at the floor, then picking it up. We were absolutely trash. Absolutely trash. Every single player on the pitch was trash. The manager was trash. All this competition, to be honest, have been pretty trash. I've obviously had my chest out for Italy. Because you do that for your club and country, you know, you've always got to have a bit of chest. We were absolutely trash. Scamacca should never play for the country again. Even when he has like a half chance, it weren't even a half chance. It was a good chance. Hits the post when he's got to be burying it. He's crap. The team was crap. Barella weren't good today. No one was good today. Like the manager's decisions were so bad. Like a guy wins, like gets you through. Yeah. Because if we didn't equalize, yeah, in that game against Croatia, yeah, we go out of the competition because we don't even get in the best third place team. So we actually go out. This guy gets put on the bench for El Shaarawy, who hasn't even touched the pitch yet this competition. It makes zero sense. So the manager was a fraud. His substitutes were fraudulent. It was just so bad. I want to give Switzerland props. Switzerland are a good team. They've got good players. They're a very underrated team. Like of the players on the pitch, their manager's good. They've got a great system. They know how to play, and I think they're going to be a threat to anyone they play in the competition. But we made it easy for them. There's someone being better. Listen, right now, I'd argue that they've got a better team than us, right? But you don't get battered like that just because they've got a better team than you. You get battered like that because your team is crap. You get battered like that because your team, yeah, just don't like. I've never seen a so unbalanced Italians. Like Italy, like what they've always had is if they haven't had the best team, they've all played well together. They've all been a unit. They've managed to get performances out and play as a team. Like they could dig deep. This Italian team has nothing, bro. It's like these guys ain't even Italian that are playing for us. It's absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, Jorginho didn't play. Fair enough. Yeah, we were still crap. Yeah. There's no quality in the team. Honestly, there's no quality in the team.
What you just said there is so true. This looks like you ordered an Italian team from wish.com.
Bro, it looks like we ordered.
This is San Marino, guys. This is San Marino. With all due respect to San Marino. This is not Italy, bro. This is not Giuseppe. To be honest with you, this is the Euro 2020 that Italy won. Papered over the crack, and you know that, right?
Yeah,
Italy since 2010 when they had that shambolic World Cup, and then they didn't qualify for the World Cups. This has been absolutely shambolic. This guy Scamacca, right, should not be a professional football player. This guy Cristante should not be a professional football player. This guy Di Lorenzo, and I asked this before, right? What is he good at? Who chose this guy as a kid? He can't defend. He can't attack. He's not a big guy. He's not quick. 4 things you choose players from, and he doesn't have the brain. He doesn't have any football attributes that warrants him to be a professional football player. He's not quick. He doesn't have technical ability. He's not strong, right? He can't defend and he cannot cross. Is absolutely garbage. This guy is an absolute garbage. And Spalletti, for the people that said Spalletti had a good team with Napoli that he won the league. When Spalletti used to coach Inter, I used to be the guy, the pessimistic guy, when I didn't like the guy. The guy is limited coach. He's a limited coach. It's very obvious. This guy Mancini at the back, this is what the Italian people don't say. If you go and just watch some of the Italian guys' streams, if you do it in English, right? Simply as this guy Mancini is a limited footballer that compensates for it by being violent and tackles people on the pitch. That's what he does. This guy Scamacca has zero football attributes. It's just he's big and can shoot 1 out of 10 times. He's a bum. He's shit. This guy Chiesa played professional football because his dad was a professional footballer for Parma and for the Italian national team. That's why I don't know what you call it in English, nepotism, whatever you call it in English. This is happening in Italy where players play because their dad plays football. That's what happened. He isn't good enough. This guy Chiesa is Sha'rawi. In 2024, you're playing a Sha'rawi. This Italian generation is one of the worst. And by the way, Jorginho didn't play. I can't sit here and blame Jorginho. Still looked crap. Italy.
Nepotismo, they call it in Italian. I think it's the Latin word, but yeah, nepotismo.
I also want to say,
by the way, I want to say this guy Fagioli started the game all right, had a couple of turns, forward passing, and then everyone. And by the way, my guy Barella, one good game in the tournament, a bum, and again, one of the things, and you guys were absolutely spot on, Giuseppe, about this. Every time we watch Italy, since I was 10 years old, the passion is there, the tackling is there, the running is there. Barella didn't look like he cared about winning. He wanted to go on a holiday. He's done with this team. They don't get Scamacca today. One ball, and I'm just going to single one ball for this team. The ball was played inside the 18. Ritugi heads it inside the 6 yards. You're playing 2 striker formation. Do you know where Scamacca was? Outside the penalty area, jogging, waiting for the ball. Ya Habibi, you freaking sprint inside the 18 when the ball is played there. You're the striker. The quality is not there. The coach is not there. Switzerland, though, it was a training game for them. They were doing 1-2s, winning 1-0, and being very calm on the ball. These guys didn't care. The coach is a bum. Everyone is shit. If it wasn't for Donnarumma, they would have lost even more. By the way, I'm not going to say my player was good. Bastoni today is the only one that was playing, had all these clearances, but everyone around him is shit, is bad. This team, Italy, Switzerland should have won 4-0 at least. Switzerland had 18 attempts. Italy had 1. 18 to 1. That's how bad it was.
I want to actually thank Switzerland, because thanks to Switzerland, I don't have to watch this crap again for this tournament, bro. Honestly, Terry, I was watching this game going, like, I want to go out, bro. Like, I know you should never want to go out of any competition, like, but what I've been watching, I was just like, I just want to go out, man, because I don't want to watch this anymore. It is that bad. It's that bad. Like, honestly, I can't remember watching Italy so bad, bro. I don't think I have in my life. I'm 27 years old. I don't think I've ever seen Italy this bad. I honestly, like, even other times we've had something, even when we ain't had the best tournaments and stuff, this team is crap, man. All in all, I think Barella's been crap. I feel like he's obviously got no one around him. He's got a player around him.
He doesn't want to play as well.
He doesn't.
On him, by the way, on him.
But like, honestly, and the coach, as Mo said, I sack him.
I hear all everybody's opinion about how bad Italy is, but the truth is, the Swiss were very, very good. It wasn't how bad. It doesn't matter. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying, Giuseppe. Hear me out. I understand that we can criticize Italy because of the nation. We know how they produced amazing teams in the past years and big players, over the years. Italy is one of, when you talk about football worldwide, one of the football giants worldwide with the history that they have. Even in tournaments like the Euros and the World Cup, they have pedigree there. So what I'm saying is this Swiss team outplayed this Italian team because the players in the Swiss team were better. It wasn't just because they were crap. This Swiss team just made them look. From the very first minute, Switzerland won every first ball, every second ball. They went for tackles. They were the ones who were pushing. And then after they scored their goal, they stayed so calm on the ball after scoring their goal, holding possession and still drawing Italy out.
But
my thing is, yeah, I hear you. I hear you on the attack because I sat down and I watched this game and I was listening to the commentary and I was looking at online commentary from some people and everybody, the way people are talking about how bad Italy is, you would think the Swiss were just lucky because Italy was bad. No, the Swiss were very good. Very, 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 very good. Like even if Italy had stepped up today, there was a chance that you'd go to penalties with Switzerland.
No, he's spot on. He's spot on. The quality of Switzerland is higher than the quality of Italy.
If you guys had stepped up your quality today and played your best,
but Dio, I think you're missing the point. There is no quality to step up.
And I'm even just
when they play for their clubs, some of these guys, the passion takes them. Roma won that thing because of Mourinho and the passion and everything. But these players are bums. That's what people fail to.
Yeah, and I agree with
the passion.
It's an interesting. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry. My screen froze. No, I was going to say it's an interesting take. The Swiss were excellent today. I'm taking nothing away from them, but and I'm not taking anything away here. This is a question. So if anybody gets angry at a question, it's because your brain isn't fully formed yet, and I mean that. Is there a possibility here that the Swiss are in and around as good as they've been before, but the likes of Italy and co have just fallen so far from the levels they used to be that we're now seeing a leveling out process?
Yes. Listen, can I say this? Yeah, Switzerland were good today. They were good. Yeah. But once again, they were good, but we were crap. So at the end of the day, I don't care what anyone says. There's playing crap because a team just outplays you, and it's playing crap because you can't even pass the ball 1-2. You can't even do it. You're overhitting the pass, so you're hitting it off the pitch, Dio. This is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Switzerland are actually been allowed to look better because of how crap Italy was, bro. Yeah, you don't say if Man City beat I don't know Yeovil Town 2-0, yeah. That's the what it's like, bro. It's like Man City beating a League One team 2-0, bro. That's what the game was. And you could still say Man City looks really good.
Hold on. I'm gonna say something. To be honest with you, I actually think that is not right. They didn't allow them to be good. Scamacca literally had the ball, saw two Swiss guys coming to press him. He gave the ball away because he's scared to hold the ball on. That literally happened. Di Lorenzo pushed the ball to a throw-in instead of holding to it because he's scared of the Swiss players.
Yeah, because we're that crap.
Di Lorenzo,
that's what I'm trying to say.
No. But the
Swiss, that's basic, Giuseppe. That's basic,
Giuseppe. That's basic football.
The Swiss played basic football and stepped up their game. They pressed, they marked, they went man for man. When they got the ball, they passed the ball around real quickly. What Italy could not do was win the first ball, win the second ball challenges. Italian players looked like they just didn't want to play. There was no passion. And here's the thing. The players, we blamed the Italian team that played the last game that came back and scored that equalizer. We're like, oh, Italy finds a way to always win, blah. We blame players and the players there. 6 changes were made today. 6 changes were made in the Italian team today. So the players who played in the last game, 6 of them were dropped in this team. So these new guys who you've added to the team to make a difference just came in with no passion. Like you could clearly see that, and it's not like the quality is not in these players. Let's be honest. If you do the basics, you play well. The Swiss not only did the basics, they played very, very well. If Italy had played very, very well, I bet you this may have gone to penalties still. That's how good the Swiss were. It wasn't that the Swiss were just an average team that because the Italians look bad, so the Swiss just were able to score 1 or 2 goals.
I'm asking the question because I think there's an element of truth to it. I don't want to take anything away from the Swiss though, because I think they've been good throughout the whole. I mean, the irony is the one game where they probably didn't look at their best was against Scotland of all teams. But they've looked so good against the sort of tough opposition so far. And listen, some people look at Austria and the like as dark horses to win this. It is not a bad bet. It is not a bad bet to look at the Swiss here when you look at the side of the draw they're on, because I think they're better than everybody on this side of the draw. I think they're better than everybody else on this side of the draw, and they have a genuine opportunity of getting themselves to that final. And in a final, this Switzerland team would be horrible to play. defend well, resolute. They know when to press, when to sit back. And look, they could go all the way. And I don't think that's an overreaction. That's still saying they're an underdog, but they're an underdog that it's not going to be. If they get England in the next round, we are not going to be shocked if they knock us out. If they get Slovakia, they're the favourites, which, again, might change the dynamics a little bit, because when you're the favourites, mentality is always a little bit different, and the mental side of sport is so important. Nick's here with us. What you saying, bro? What did you make of that game today, brother?
Yeah, well, I'm taking in all this that you guys are saying as well, and I think what we're kind of in agreement here is, to the question you posed, it's a little bit of both. It's not just Italy were poor. It's not just Switzerland were very, very good and made them poor. It's a little bit of both. I'll just get into the game, but this game is exactly what I had hoped for, because a lot of the Italian fans that I was speaking to were saying, don't worry, we're taking it slow, but remember, the teams that take it slow do the best in the end, blah, 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 blah. And this should be a very big warning to England as well, is they took 5 minutes to do anything, and Switzerland came out of the gate blasting. If any of these teams jumps out of the gate blasting like Switzerland did and didn't give Italy a moment on the ball, Italy didn't have a chance to get into their form that they wanted to do. They were out of shape from the minute go. Every single line was easily broken down by Switzerland, and I was shocked that it was only 1-0 in the first half, because Italy wasn't doing anything. And this is the danger with Switzerland. They are one of the most solid teams. They don't have the most superstars, but they're solid in the back. They have a leader in the back and a leader in the midfield. If you look at Akanji, the way he's leading the back line, and Xhaka in the midfield, yes, I want my Arsenal to represent him, because I was hoping for Switzerland to get through, and I'm hoping for England to get through, because I want Xhaka to take another trophy away from Harry Kane, and I think it will just be brilliant to watch. But England, I think England needs to be looking at this match going, we're not going to have a whole half of football to find our legs. Like, your legs need to be found by the round of 16. I think I tried to hit too many points.
No, you didn't. I think you speak a lot of strength, a sense. And I think that you're right when it comes to England. You know, so there's a comment here that says, but I thought you never write off the Italian of Giuseppe. And there's a super chat, and I've lost my mouse now. I can't find it, so I've got 4 screens. Here it is. And go on.
Even
Shar
that,
too. And Shar
you don't write off the Italians. It's in the world. It don't mean you don't lose. Don't mean you don't crap. This tournament and this team has been crap. Yeah, I said don't write us off, because you can never write any team off, right? But the fact of the matter is, I'm like, Switzerland played good. I'm not taking nothing away from Switzerland, but once again, you don't rate someone for beating Scotland 2-0. We've been as bad as Scotland in this tournament, mate. Yeah, that the quality on the quality. We're talking about Switzerland beating Italy, and the way Dio's saying it and that is Italy by name, Italy by who Italy are, and a major country, and have won 4 World Cups, and they've won European trophies. That's the Italy you're thinking of. This ain't who played, bro. Yeah, so Switzerland didn't beat anyone good yet. Like in this game, I mean, sorry. They didn't beat anyone good, bro. That's why I said that, yes, Switzerland played good. Yeah, but Switzerland should have beat us 4-5-0, bro. Like Mo said. We were crap.
No, they looked good. They looked good.
No, I'm not saying they didn't look good.
I think they looked very good.
I'm saying it's easy to look good against Italy as well. That's what
I think the super chat here that says 2 things can be true at the same time. Switzerland were good, but the Italians were horrendous. This is the worst Italian team I've ever seen. I do think there's a combination of the 2 elements here, and it's like I said. I know there's this one of my biggest trolls who said, "Oh, insults." From Terry, and I was being a little bit insulting, but anyone who's offended by a question deserves to be insulted. I do think those things should coexist in 2024.
How dare you speak about snapping pasta?
But it's one of these things when I look at what's been said. When people say don't write the Italians off, they're talking about after one poor performance, don't just write them off. Give them a few games to see if they can find their legs. And I actually think Italy got worse as the competition went on, which again, in my lifetime has certainly been a rarity. this year is what Chris says. Considering that England have played similarly to the Italians so far this tournament, it doesn't bode well for us if we beat Slovakia. Switzerland were superb to a man today, superior on all facets. Very true. And the only difference between us and the Italians is we have actual pace in our team. It's the one thing which, we have quality, of course we do, but the Italians today, you saw it up against a faster team. There was just so much more speed in the Swiss side. There really, really was. Hamza, I want to ask this question to you. I praised him at the start. I said he was brilliant. Super chat here says, has Akanji been the best defender at this tournament?
Absolutely. Absolutely. By far. There's no doubt about it. He's a leader. You know, Terry, I smelled this guy's a top defender when I heard before United game when that Bruno, remember that Bruno goal? When he scored at Old Trafford, you beat us. Yeah? That game before that, Pep Guardiola, there was reports saying that Pep loves Akanji and Ake. And a lot of City fans, we were questioning why? Why is Ruben Diaz getting dropped for Akanji and Ake? But this boy, I hardly see him making slide tackles. And as Maldini said before, one of the great defenders said, like, if you're making slide tackles as a defender, you must be, your judgment in position must be so poor. Elite centre back will always stay, and you never see this guy. He's always clean like Van Dijk when he comes off the pitch. I see Diaz coming off like he's got bruises, he's got dirt there. This guy hardly, because his positioning is amazing. For 15 million, it was the biggest steal that we've ever had probably in the last 10 years. This guy has led from the back with Fabian Schär of Newcastle and another guy, Rodriguez. And he is the guy that leads them from the back. And the more that they're going forward, I'm getting worried that big clubs will start saying, they'll come for him. Like, let's say for Real Madrid, they'll say, we need Akanji because you guys got too many defenders.
Are you saying you're not a big club?
No, we're a big club, but Real Madrid, another big club like Madrid, who need another centre back. They might come in. People are telling me Bastoni and all that stuff. I told people, Bastoni, I've seen Bastoni. He ain't that elite. The player that stood up for me from Italy was Calafiore. I saw this boy, I was telling people from the beginning, this boy is 22 and he can play from the back. I've not seen this guy before. Who's this guy? I start realizing the guy was a left winger or left centre back. Then I realized, okay, as soon as I saw he was suspended, I thought, forget this heritage, Terry, first. These people that live in heritage, there's a Gen Z football fans here. We're the new generation. No one cares about heritage. I don't care about heritage. All the heritage you care about, Italy's going to do. Italy got knocked out to Macedonia before the World Cup. They got knocked out to Macedonia. I knew this is the furthest they'll go. Italy are not that big country anymore. They haven't got that aura. You have to respect each nation. You have to respect each nation. No one cares about your history. Look at all, I'm not saying about this. Look at all these football fans talk about history. Liverpool finished. United finished. Arsenal done. AC Milan done. Ajax done. Look at these clubs. Yeah, it tells you don't talk about history of this. Oh, you got history, so you're gonna just dominate. People are just gonna bounce and say, "Oh, I'm scared for you. I'm so." No, Switzerland said, "Yo, we don't care. You're Italy." They came there. They bobbed them off the park. All the Italians are shocked. Mohi thought that Serie A, just because of they've got the Serie A, because they've got Inter Milan players, Barella will do well. But they got outplayed. 60 minutes. The guy was getting substituted. The guy had to be taken off. I say, "Yo, you're getting cooked. Get off now." Yeah, Bastoni off. You saw the players. People telling me Scamacca is fantastic. Scamacca failed at West Ham. There's the reason why he went to Atlanta. These guys are not elite. You know, you look at these guys. Xhaka, special player. As soon as Xabi Alonso got him, he said, "Listen, I played at Madrid. I played at Bayern Munich. You can be a good player. All you need to do." He gained that confidence. Xhaka's performing different levels to the Xhaka Arsenal. Akanji is bossing. Why? Akanji is a different centre back because he's played for Pep Guardiola, elite managers. they become better players. People have to understand.
The question was about the defender.
Heritage means nothing in football anymore. It is nothing. This new generation of footballers, I call them Gen Z footballers. They are different animals. They don't respect heritage. They will play you and beat you up. And that's why England, we've got a fantastic route to the final. We have to take Slovakia seriously. I'm telling you now, we have to take Slovakia seriously. Don't think about your heritage means anything, because this is what I'm seeing. I'm warning you, it's all about on the pitch. Your history means nothing. And I hope people like who talk about Syria and Italy heritage, no one cares. It's your history. On the pitch is different, it's present. This is a new generation of football players who want to win something. That's what you've been seeing. Austria frustrating France, Netherlands dunked by another country. You see Belgium getting frustrated with Slovakia because they don't care. This is a new generation of football, and I hope everyone learns.
Hamza, let me just jump in for a second because we've kind of gone off on a tangent, but I don't think it's because young footballers don't respect the history of other nations and their football. The conversation is more about why have the Dutch, why have the Italians, amongst other big nations, stopped developing world-class talent when for decade after decade after decade after decade they did. Something has gone wrong within their football pyramid that stopped these players from being developed, because and I understand that other nations pop up here and there, but you have to also look at it as the amount of money particular nations spend on football as a national sport. It's embarrassing when they don't produce world-class teams. We understand why America doesn't have one of the best teams in the world, even though they have 300 to 400 million people living there, because it's like football, or soccer as they call it, isn't the main focus. It's not where, when they find all their really good athletes, and typically most top athletes in our sports, in all of our countries, come from working class backgrounds. They throw a lot of those kids towards baseball, hockey, the NFL, basketball. Football's kind of left over, if that makes sense, at the end. So you're losing a lot of athletes to it. But in a lot of these other nations, the Italians, football's number one. The Netherlands, football's number one. So I do get your point that Switzerland are not going into this game saying, you know, we can't win this game because Italy used to be brilliant. This is more a conversation of how have Switzerland continued to improve, but a team like Italy that were much further ahead of them have gone backwards in the last decade. That's the conversation. I don't think it's just about respect and the heritage is how have they allowed their heritage to fade? The same as clubs that have fallen off. There's a reason that Man United are not what we were, and it's because of how poorly we've been run. Surely that same logic equates to international football as well.
I have the answer. I have the answer. Guys. So here's the thing, Terry. What I think, the money is not there. The dinosaurs that are running Italian football. I'm just going to give you an example. In Serie A, they accepted the deal for the broadcasting right in the MENA region, which is the Middle East and North Africa, for 75 million for 3 years, 25 million a year, guys. The dinosaurs did this, right? Without thinking about the other offers. There were other offers. There is no money. The dinosaurs running Italian football. And I'm sure it's the same thing that happens in other countries. The money is in the Premier League at the end, right? And the difference is France, even though there is no money, they went to the deepest of the deepest neighborhoods to find the talents that you guys see on the pitch now for all this talent. Italy won't do that. They just don't. There's no money. They don't care. I go to Italy and I know, and I speak to people that actually live and work in football sometimes in Italy, and they say the infrastructure is not there. There is no money. No one cares about the youth teams as before. Everyone cares about his club only, like the De Laurentiis and everyone. It's all turned into, I'm going to run the club I want. There is no direct and straight plan for the youth teams in Italy. That's why you see them sporadically every now and then. And I think it's going to happen to all the nations. And that's the money is not there. And people need to understand the money is not there.
No, not only the money as well. The money is not there. I agree with you. But like you can speak to some, I mean, Italy, like I said, you can look at their heritage in the past and say, what were they doing right? A lot of the youth programs that we grew up on, that was available like to young kids, for you to begin to find like real good talent and then begin to like, train them up and everything. A lot of those programs are dead. And it's because there's no funding for those programs. Like I remember, like, of course, I wouldn't say Nigeria is one of the greatest or whatever it is, but Nigeria, we balled out in the 90s, for what we were. USA 94, we won the Olympic in 96. We don't have players like that in Nigeria anymore. You know why? There used to be a program, which I think they've just started again. It used to be called the Principals Cup. It was every high school in the country, a country of 200 million people. Think about this. Every high school, both in the north, east, west, and south, played themselves in high school. So we're talking 16, 15, 17-year-olds all playing until we get the last two teams in the final. So you can imagine that running throughout the whole year. You're finding young talent. You're taking them into the under-17s. That program was stopped for a long time. And because of all the corruption and nepotism and all the crap that goes on, with mismanagement, when programs like that end, you see the football in that country begin to depreciate over the years. Meanwhile, other countries, even though they're coming up slowly because they don't have the funding too, you finally depreciate till you get to the level where they are. And then when you play them, it's almost like, all right, now you just look just as bad, and they just look just better and good because they've always been seen as an underdog who was just growing slowly but surely, while these guys are coming down. So it is what happens usually. Like, I think if these programs are started again in majority of these countries in the next 5 to 6 years, you'll begin to see some real good talents come out of there. I think that's part of it as well. Money is a major part, all these youth programs, but it's also another big issue that needs to be addressed.
Yeah, I think Italy's just, the country as a whole is not good money wise, so let alone the football side of things. But regardless of the money, I just think that nowadays, I think what harms Italy as well is the way the world just is now. I think there was like the Italians, they just seem a bit softer now. I think like the newer generation of people are softer anyway than maybe back in the day. If that's right or wrong to say, but I think it is. And I just think that, the teams don't really care about producing the young talent anymore. They just kind of want to win the Serie A now. We just want to win and get money. And like, look at us, look at how bad Italy have been in European football for the long period of time.
I hear you. I think it's all very, very interesting indeed in terms of deeper conversations. This is sending you love, Skamaka. That stream made your day.
Oh my God! Here comes. Come on, it's all right. Skamaka is an actual scam, bro.
The fact that Hassam's team let Skamaka knock him out of the tournament.
It's Hassam's fault. It's Liverpool's fault. This guy would not have made it to the national team if they didn't allow him to score at Anfield and then win the Europa League. I blame Hassam and Liverpool.
Harry, can I talk about that?
He said Atalanta.
Yeah. You see, one thing people don't realize, Premier League did very well one time when they had to like get their major sponsors and get their things out of order. But the best thing that will have happened to Premier League is to get the best coaches in the world to this league. Pep and Klopp, when they came to this league, he brought an attention. I think we had a lot, and the owners, the city owners, Roman Abraham, all these owners, we have to be great. They brought so much money in this league, and luckily then we got all these players, because you used to see Ajax producing so many talents. You remember Edgar David, Seido, Reisiger, Van der Sar, the Boer brothers, Clive, they all came through the same generation. Like 7 players in Ajax. Ajax went where? Ajax don't even produce many players after that. They struggled. Italian league used to produce good talents. But what happened after that? They didn't have the cash. They didn't have the money. But that they just faded off, because when they used to be very good at Serie A, they had the cash. They were able to get the next players up. And that's the problem. Now the Premier League has that. That's what I keep saying. We're so lucky we got these great managers like Guardiola and all that stuff. They bring so much, like, not only to the grassroots level of football being played, all these youngsters playing different type of football. So it's time to see
Hamza. Is it the chicken, Hamza? Is it the chicken or the egg? Did the Guardiolas and the Peps want to come to the Premiership because the Premiership was that good? Because Guardiola could have stayed in Bayern. Hold on. Did these coaches want to come to the Premiership? Because the truth is, the Premiership had stepped up its game, and everybody has seen the Premiership.
And that's absolutely spot on. We forget. It's funny, really, because there's been a big conversation today with Sir Jim Ratcliffe's interview, and there's a lot of fans of clubs that are outside the top 6 that are like quote tweeting this video. And somebody just quote tweeted. So there's this guy that wrote, the Premier League is made up of 20 clubs. Equal voting is the only correct way to go about it. The bigger clubs tried breaking away into the European Super League and saw it collapse in a matter of days because the game is about every club, not just those at the top, in astonishing arrogance. Now, Sir Jim Ratcliffe wasn't involved in that breakaway, but this quote tweet from a friend of mine called Joshi, who says, and yet the other clubs have all benefited from United's global appeal through TV money. That's one example. I actually agree the equal voting vote system is correct, but don't act like there's some cartel working against you. Be grateful you haven't been left behind like other nations and teams in other nations. And it reminds me of the point you've just made. Yes, Pep and Klopp have helped to take English football on a level, but they were only able to come here because of what the Fergies and the Joses and the Wengers had done before them. We do this a lot in life, not just in football. We do it in music. Every generation says, oh, my guy is the best. And they forget about the person whose shoulders from the previous generation they're standing upon to help put that person there. You know, this young people didn't have new rappers that come out. And it's like, well, you can't ignore the people that started the genre, and your guys wouldn't exist without them. So let's not be disrespectful to the origins. So, you know, it's one of those things to me that people are very quick to forget all of these elements here. But, you know, England's a really weird example. I actually think technical wise, we've probably got one of our best crop of technical players in my lifetime. We've got some other issues.
Why, Terry? Why? Ask yourself why. People don't ask themselves why. Why is it 98, 2000, 2002, 2004, 2000? All these. Why is it the first time we're seeing so many good?
Do you know what? Do you want to know what the big thing is? I need to get the dates on this because it's never been a published article. But Sir Alex Ferguson, probably it was like 2009, maybe 2010, might have been a little bit after. There was a rule in England that only enabled our academies to do somewhere in the region of 60 to 90 minutes of ball work with our players per day maximum in training, where our European counterparts could do somewhere between 3 to 4 hours a day ball work. So if you imagine from the age of 5 in an academy through to your 18, the English kids getting 60 to 90 minutes a day ball work, the Spanish kids getting 3 or 4 hours a day ball work, how are you ever going to match them technically? That rule got changed 2010-ish, maybe been a bit before, might have been a bit after. Ever since then, the younger generation coming through in England have been technically better than the previous generation. Maybe not all better overall talents at football, but technically far better playing out from the back, far better on the ball. Of course, managers and coaches that have come over like Pep and like Klopp have helped to develop things further. I'm going to take nothing away from them, but it was a fundamental change. Also, this is ironically the Dan Ashworths of this world. If you go back and look at the St. George's Park project and everything they've done around England. Now, I think England's done a great job. We've been getting to tournament finals and doing well at the tournaments. The problem we've got done this time around, we're stuck with a manager that isn't quite elite, and we actually need to change manager. So there's all these things, but that's why England would frustrate me more than the Italians would. The Italians don't have good players and they're playing badly. England have got good players and we're playing badly. That's in some respects, it's more frustrating. You know, it's like having a fridge full of food and starving kids, but there's a padlock on your bloody fridge. Do you know what I mean? That's in some respects, that's more annoying than having an empty fridge because it's there to feed them, but you can't bloody get it out. So yeah, look, there's multiple...
player of the La Liga, player of the Premier League, top scorer of the Bundesliga, yet England play like this.
But they don't have an identity.
It's crazy, right? It's the top leagues. The best players play for this team together, and they can put in a good performance. It's crazy.
That's insane.
Now when Terry said it, I thought about it. Now when Terry said it, I'm like, yeah, really, the player of the year in these leagues and the top scorer, and you can't
Wow, that's true though.
decent play. And I just thought,
But
Would you respect
England
them if
playing
they got to
poorly is not
final?
the same as some of these other fallen nations. We have got some very good players. We are just, and I will never change my mind about this. What the likes of Southgate and Dan Ashworth and everybody did with England was great. But after the last Euros, they should have gone, you know what? We now need to, and I'm not talking about going and getting a world-class manager like a Klopp, because let's not pretend like we're all looking at the Swiss manager going, he's a world-class manager. He could manage a team to win the Champions League. You just need to find somebody that's better than Southgate, more adventurous than Southgate.
Like who?
I saw a great,
Arsene Wenger is who Arsenal should get.
well, the point I'm making is that I saw a really funny picture of Southgate the other day. It was him wearing like a life jacket while he's having a bath. That's his biggest issue. You know, this guy, it's just sort of, he's too safe. But Hamza, just before we, not Hamza, Hussam, just before we end the show, I was talking to Hamza. What did you make of the game tonight, brother?
Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I told Giuseppe and Mo and all the Italian fans who came on here that they're not winning the Euros. I told them from the start because the signs were there from the Albania game. That was one of my first guarantees, and it's been stamped on. You know, we wait on the French guarantee because, you know, I don't know.
I never said we were gonna win. I never said we we're gonna win.
Giuseppe, he said, Hussam, you've been talking for 46 minutes. Can I have a second? Can I have a moment, please? You fraud. Thank you. Second of all, you know, the only reason why I don't want Belgium to beat France is because I know Hamza. If Hamza didn't exist in my life, I would happily want Belgium to beat France. But because I know Hamza, we're never gonna hear the end of it from now till Judgment Day. If KDB scores a goal or assists against France, it's just over for everyone on this planet. You know, forget Zidane. He's just gonna. I have no idea who else he's gonna talk about. But Switzerland deserved to win today. Switzerland deserved to win today. Italy were so crap. Like, it was just the most toothless performance ever. You know, we saw today that whether it's Jorginho or not, they're crap. You know, whether it's Fagioli, whether it's Barella, whether whoever. Like, to be honest with you, a part of me thinks like Loki maybe getting eliminated now by Switzerland is better than like progressing and then getting humiliated in a semi or something. Like, it could have easily. If they were playing like a Germany today, or they were playing as Spain today, or playing someone like that, bro, they could have beaten. They could have lost like by 4 or 5 goals. They were just dreadful. And you know, the thing that shocked me the most is the fact that one thing Italian football is known for is the fact that they can counterattack really well. Like, one of the things that you stamp on Italian football is we defend and then we counterattack. I feel like Switzerland even counterattacked better than Denmark. Than Italy. And that's the thing that shocked me. And I watch Switzerland and I don't think they're infallible either. Like, I'm not watching Switzerland today and going like, oh shit, they're so unbeatable and they're going to destroy everyone. Like, I think everyone has a chance against them, just like everyone has a chance against everyone. I didn't want to hear it from Terry at the start, but low-key, I'm admitting I was wrong on that one. Everyone, including France, England, Germany, Spain, whoever is beatable. No one is unbeatable in this competition. But today, Italy didn't deserve nothing. You take Scamacca, Barella, you know, Jorginho, Fagioli.
Jorginho did not play. Jorginho did not play.
Is Shaka playing different? Is Shaka playing different this year when he's a Bayer Leverkusen compared to Arsenal?
The last 2 seasons of Shaka at Arsenal is exactly how he's playing at Liverpool.
Play different where? You mean for Switzerland?
Yeah, he's playing so like.
But last time they only lost. By the way,
No, you ain't got your Arsenal hate goggles on, Hamza, bruv. That's all it
One
is.
second, didn't Switzerland beat France last time?
Yep.
Yeah, they beat France last time, and then who did they lose to? They lost on penalties to who?
Spain
on penalties. Yeah, so he played just as well even when he was at Arsenal. That was Arsenal in 2021 were finishing 8th, and he was still playing well for Switzerland. So nice try, Hamza, but no.
No worry, I know he always have to put on his Arsenal. We're talking about the Euros here. He's bringing.
He's playing different. I think he's playing different. He's more.
I think Akanji is playing terribly for Switzerland as regards to how he plays for Man City. Man City, he plays way better. For Switzerland, he really looks terrible.
No, you see, I was gonna say quickly. I think the reason why England they've got this fear factor, like you know, when you haven't won anything, you're under pressure. You're scared to lose. You're scared. And that's the factor. The same thing that you're seeing from a lot of like individual players. Like, how can these players who are doing so well for their club? No, it's because the pressure and the manager is not there. You have to get an elite manager, Terry. Are you joking?
No,
You
mate,
have
I
to get the
agree.
best-
I
you have to
agree.
get Klopp.
Yeah,
You have
no,
to
I
get
mean,
the
I've
right
said that. I've said that. Look, people, I want to thank everyone who's tuned into the show. Commiserations to the Italians. Congratulations to the Swiss. This stream is going to take you through to Hussam's watch along. So make sure you go and watch that now. We're live after Germany, Denmark. Come on, the Danes. Knock out the Krauts.
Come on,
It'll be
Denmark.
amazing. Good. Until next time, people, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again soon. Peace.